What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from the Carton Brewing Company, and they're out of Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey, and this is their regular coffee. So they're calling this one an Imperial Cream Ale, and below that it says ale with coffee added. It comes in at 12% alcohol by volume, 20 IBUs at the time of review. This can is approximately 2.5 months old. So they have a little spiel here on the side of the can that I will read because it kind of explains this beer a little bit better. It says, a classic Jersey-ism is, quote, regular coffee. Here, when you order a, quote, regular coffee at any place you trust to make a pork roll and cheese, you get a paper cup of coffee with, quote, milk and 2 sugars rather than a, quote, black coffee that hasn't had the caffeine removed. We added a coffee blend from our neighbors at Fair Mountain Coffee Roasters to a high-gravity golden cream ale, contributing our, quote, milk and 2 sugars for an elevated version of this classic plain coffee. Drink regular coffee because running over a black beer with coffee is no way to get things done. So I've only reviewed one other beer from Carton on the channel, and it was their, I think it was Light and Sweet. And it was like a 6% version of this. I think there may have been lactose in it. I don't know. It was really good. But there were these, I guess they're protein from the beer, but it looked like coffee grounds. They were that dark in my glass. And one of the founders and the co-host of the Steal This Beer podcast, Augie Carton, actually posted in the comment section, let me know that those were not coffee grounds, they were beer proteins that had stained from the black coffee used, the oils from it stained them. And that's what I was seeing. It wasn't actually coffee grounds. So I thought it was cool that Augie himself actually posted a comment, watched the video. You don't see a lot of brewery owners or even folks from breweries post a lot of comments. When it comes to YouTube, a lot of times they watch Instagram stuff. Maybe they look at Untapped check-ins, but I thought that was really cool. So shout out to Augie. I picked this one up because we don't get Carton here often in the Buffalo, New York area. So whenever one of their beers shows up, I always grab it. And this one, it just showed up recently and I had to grab it. So here we are. So I'm going to give this a pour. It's a 12% Imperial Cream Ale with coffee. I'm hoping this is delicious as it sounds. I love cream ales. I'm hoping that this, the coffee is exactly what I want it to be for a beer like this. If it drinks like a coffee with milk and 2 sugars, but in a 12% cream ale, like this is going to be crazy. We'll see. So yeah, that has a nice cloudy, I would say yellow-orange color, has just under a finger of a very creamy looking white head. Some decent alcohol legs, but not too crazy. A nice murky, turbid kind of look to it, hazy. It kind of looks like some of I don't know when you're going to see these. I think you might see this before the Stone Enjoy by 4/2023 review I did with that hazy IPA. This kind of looks like that beer to some degree, but this is 12% Imperial Cream Ale with coffee. Anyway, let's get those. Yeah, it just smells. It honestly smells like coffee. It smells like somebody put a little bit of cream and a couple sugars in a cup of Java. I'm getting this slight lemony thing too, maybe coming from the base cream ale. There's a nice bready, almost crackery, malty sensation as well. It smells like coffee. It smells like a sweeter coffee, but not overly sweet. Yeah, I mean, not going to sit here and bullshit you and say it smells like 7,000 different things that I'm not smelling. It smells like kind of a cup of coffee with a little bit of a cream ale, a vibe to it. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. That is fucking crazy how good that is. It is crazy how good that is for 12% and the fact that the base is Imperial Cream Ale. A lot of times when I see cream ales, I love Jenny Cream Ale, but you see a lot of cream ales where they have a bunch of adjuncts, this, that, and the other, Imperial, and they no longer become cream ales. Whether this is still at its heart, at the core, if this is still a cream ale, whatever, the fact is 12%, I get a pretty decent blast of coffee, and I can't taste 12%. This is fucking voodoo is what this is. That first sip kind of blew me away. The body on it, while it's 12%, you want it to be a little bit bigger. I think that the fact that it's not this is not thick and syrupy, it's kind of cream ale-esque where this is maybe higher side of medium. maybe lower side of full, but definitely higher side of medium. 12%. It's thin for a 12% beer, but I'm happy it is because it makes it extremely drinkable. Like I could crush. This is, I don't want to say something I'll regret, but this might be the most drinkable and crushable 12% beer I've ever had the pleasure of tasting. I think because it's 2.5 months old, so it's not super fresh. So I think the coffee may have faded a bit because it's not like the nose was. It's not as vibrant punching me in the face, but it's still noticeable. So forefront, get a little bit of bready, kind of doughy malt sensation, very slight, dives underneath the palate. Right after that, for me, there's this like lemony, acidic, like it's not like lemony tart. It's just like there's an acidic kind of feel. It's lemony. And then it transitions right into the coffee. Maybe the lemon acidic is coming from the coffee. I don't know. It's kind of in that realm. But about maybe a third of the way through the palate, the coffee hits and it rides on in the back. And as the coffee continues, I get a little bit of like a vanilla sweetness or a little bit of like a milky kind of vibe. I don't know. Again, they just talk about that their high gravity golden cream ale is contributing around milk and 2 sugars. So is there lactose in here? Does it say it on, does it say may contain lactose or anything? Maybe it does contain lactose. Regardless, you do get like a vanilla, creamy, milky thing going on that makes you think, yes, this is a coffee with milk and sugar. And I like that. It's the beauty about this too, it's not sickly sweet or anything. A lot of 12% beers, especially when they're like an Imperial Cream Ale or just like here's an Imperial Ale at 12%, a lot of times they can be sickly sweet from, as much malt as they're adding, and then if they do add lactose. That's not the case with this one. It's sweet up front, but there's a nice like dry, like lightly bitter finish to this one. Right now, I feel like this, I'm drinking this one because I wanted a sipper. And now I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm like, I don't really want a sipper. I just want to crush this. The only way I know this is 12%, there's a warming into my chest and even into my stomach as it goes down. Nothing on the palate. It's so crushable for 12%. I don't know how many times I can say that. I'm just repeating myself now. As you can see, I'm kind of flustered because I didn't think this beer would be that good. It's delicious. Yeah, I'm going to shut it down because I don't know what else to say about this. The only reason this is not going to give a 5 out of 5 is because I think the coffee has faded a little bit, or maybe it's just not as bombastic as I'd want, or like that, the oomph isn't as crazy as I would have expected. But this is, like I said, this is probably the most crushable 12% beer I ever had. But this might be the best non-like imperial stout or dark beer with coffee I've ever had. This is like, I really like coffee blonde ales. This is like a coffee blonde ale on steroids. Like this is just crazy. So regular coffee from Carton. I love this beer. This is a delicious beer. If you see this, pick it up. I'm going to give this the high 4.75. I'm going to go 4.8 out of 5. Like, I didn't think I would say that. I don't go into reviews preconceived notions, but just based on everything that, I see with this beer, I didn't think I'd give it almost a 5, but I just did. It's a 4.8 out of 5. It's damn close. Like, who cares about ratings? Because ratings in the grand scheme of things don't matter. If you see this beer in your neck of the woods, grab it. Like, especially if you like cream ales, you like bigger beers with coffee, grab this beer because, or don't steal it though. Don't steal this beer. Oh my God, that's a terrible show. Anyway, price point availability. I want to say I paid $5.99 for that can. I'd imagine these probably don't come in 6-packs, maybe 4-packs, maybe just individual cans. That's probably more expensive than if you live close to the brewery, but showed up here in Buffalo, New York for $6 a can, 4.8 out of 5. You fucking know it. Every day I would pay that for that beer. It's delicious. Availability, I have no idea with Carton. I do remember, I think Augie said that they do send some of their beers to a distributor in New York, maybe a couple of distributors, and then whoever orders it. Well, one of my local bottle shops ordered this, and I'm so happy they did because this is fantastic. This is so good, and this is rare now. You guys know I underwent open heart surgery to repair my aortic valve in the summer of 2021. If not, now you know. And this is like my one beer for the day I can have. I can basically have one beer a day, sometimes 2 if it's lower ABV stuff. This is so good, I'm probably going to go buy another can or 2 if they still have it because I want to drink this off camera at some point and just enjoy it. And we'll see if I'm able to do so if they still have cans left. So huge thanks to Kenny over at Premier Gourmet for recommending this one to me or showing me that it showed up. I was like, wow, you guys got a Carton beer? It's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, regular coffee. I'm like, I got to try that. And I'm glad I did. So shout out to Kenny. Shout out to Augie for the comment. I don't know if he'll see this review. If he does, shout out to you, good sir. I appreciate the information on the last review and appreciate you guys kicking out a beer like this because this is fucking divine. Anyway, appreciate it. Everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.